Welcome to King County at your service. I'm Kimberly Hill. Did you know that the county has 3 branches of government? Yeah, just like the federal government: the executive, the legislative, and the judiciary. John Wilson takes a look at the legislative branch for King County.
You've probably heard of the King County Council, but do you know what it does? The Metropolitan King County Council oversees the most populated county in Washington state, with over 2 million people. It's the legislative branch of county government. It sets policies, enacts laws, adopts budgets that guide the regional services that we depend on. The criminal justice system for prosecutors and public defenders, district and superior courts, juvenile detentions and adult jails, the King County Sheriff's Office, public health and human services, Metro Transit bus service and county roads, elections, records, licensing, wastewater treatment and solid waste management, regional parks, open space and trails. King County is also the local government for approximately 253,000 people who don't live in an incorporated town or city. Each of the 9 council members represents a geographical district they live in. Each district has about 228,000 residents. Council members are elected on a nonpartisan basis and serve a 4-year term. Each year, the council chair is elected from the body. The council has several standing committees that oversee specific functions of county government. The Committee of the Whole includes all council members. The Committee of the Whole typically meets every other Wednesday at 9:30 in the morning at the King County Courthouse in Seattle. The council's chambers are on the 10th floor of the courthouse. The council and the committee meetings are all televised on King County TV, and you can watch the meetings live or watch the archived versions of King County government on kingcounty.gov/KCTV. The council works hard to make sure that your county government operates in an efficient, transparent, and cost-effective manner, with equal access for all county residents. To find out more, visit kingcounty.gov/council.
Winter in the Northwest often brings plenty of rain, and that can mean flooding. Well, 2 units of the King County Sheriff's Office trained specifically for flood rescues. Imagine being stranded on the roof of your car, surrounded by floodwaters. It happens more than you think.
I'd say our number one call during flooding is people driving around road closure signs and getting themselves trapped.
Fortunately, this is only a drill. King County Sheriff's Marine Rescue Unit is training with the Air Support Unit for some of the most difficult maneuvers they do.
Rivers, flooding conditions are extremely dangerous. Water is very unforgiving. People often underestimate water and the power of water. These skills are very perishable, so we train twice a month. Probably the scariest thing we do is in the rivers and floods.
But both units do a lot more than flood rescues.
In unincorporated King County, there's 220 miles of navigable recreational river. What that means is that's river that can be floated, kayak, inner tube, so that's a lot of river. We also have Puget Sound. We have 51 miles of shoreline around Vashon-Murray Island that we patrol and respond to calls there. We contract with 8 cities and towns on Lake Washington and Lake Sammamish for marine services. Oftentimes we're called by other cities in King County and sometimes even outside of King County because of our specialized training. This takes certifications, equipment, and most of all experience.
But now the funding for both the Marine and Air Support Unit is threatened. Because of a multi-million-dollar deficit in the county's general fund, the units may not be funded after next year.
These are the people that save lives. A helicopter unit, our Marine unit, every year they're responsible for saving people's lives, not just in our river systems, but up in the mountains as well. And so we need to figure out a way to make it a priority to save funding for these 2 units.
And there's many things that we do that if we were not here to do, I don't know who would do them. And I truly believe, not to sound dramatic, that people would die if we were not here to be able to respond and rescue them.
To find out more, visit kingcounty.gov/budget. Ever wondered what it would be like to be an officer with the King County Sheriff's Office? Well, Detective Lo Dawkins can tell you no 2 days are exactly alike.
I wasn't the type of person who could say, I've always wanted to be a police officer. By the time I decided to apply for the job, it had never even occurred to me. The area that I grew up in was known for gang violence. Hearing drive-by shootings was not uncommon. So many kids that I grew up with were killed. People that we have in pictures of child birthday parties, gone. The police weren't very popular. I just couldn't see myself doing this type of work because of things that I saw. And then I thought, you know what? I could be the officer that I would want somebody to be to me. Rather than complaining about officers, I decided that I would be the change that I wanted to see. My name is Lloyd Dawkins. I'm a detective with the King County Sheriff's Office. I investigate a wide variety of crimes, for the most part property crimes, auto thefts, residential and commercial burglaries, financial crimes. They are typically generated on patrol. We work with a lot of really sharp officers who know their districts, and I conduct the follow-up investigation for those cases. I got into this job because I wanted to be able to help people, just giving closure to victims. The worst thing for people is to know that their privacy has been invaded and to not know who did it. I'm the one that calls the victim to say, hey, I got your case, and this is what I'm going to do about it. This is important to me because I have been victimized by way of burglaries, auto thefts, vehicle prowls. I'm in a position where I can help resolve their crimes. It's nice to be able to say, I understand how you feel, and to truly be able to empathize with the person because I've been there. And it's nice to be able to do that and to see the gratitude on a person who thought they lost something forever. The thing I like about King County Sheriff's Office is the variety that it offers. You have so many choices in different units you can go to, different areas you can work. I enjoy the coworkers that surround me. I love my partners and I love my job. I know that I have options. I know that there are other things that I can do and that I can try. In this job, different types of experience are really important. I think there's a huge place for life experience. We need to send a message to people from different walks of life and from different backgrounds that there is a place on this department for you and we need you. Being a mom and a wife is primary for me. My husband and my kids are my everything. So it's really cool that it worked out in this job that I was able to work patrol, and that not too long into becoming a detective, I was able to become a mom. Occasionally I get to speak at my daughter's school, and her friends just think it's the coolest thing that her mommy is a police officer. She becomes the cool kid for the day. My becoming a police officer meant so much to my father. He was retired from the military. I wanted to make sure that he would be the one to pin my badge on me because I knew what this meant to him. It was another opportunity for me to make my parents proud. My mom was scared to death about the idea, so I told her I'll be fine. I get trained well, I'll continue to stay in good shape, and I will always come home. I'll be the best officer I can be. I will show people that I'm totally capable and worthy of doing this job. So here I am.
Imagine a mysterious, deadly disease moving through the community. Educating people about prevention would be critical. The King County Health Department was at the forefront during the HIV/AIDS epidemic back in the 90s, and its program not only became a national model, it saved lives.
In the early 1980s, a deadly virus was spreading. There was no treatment, no cure, little information, and a lot of fear. The Seattle King County Department of Health was on the front lines.
We were one of the earliest municipalities after, I believe, San Francisco to give public monies to respond to AIDS. Local government here did not shirk, and they didn't turn away from it. The councils gave early money, which leveraged grant monies.
King County's outreach was so innovative, it's now seen as a model.
everything that they did was relevant and respectful and engaging and really treating the community like partners.
An online exhibit at the King County Archives includes oral histories.
In my role as the health officer for the community, I saw my patient not as one person, but as the whole community.
The health department was beginning to get more and more calls from people who were worried, whenever there was a front page article in the Seattle Times or PI about a new case of AIDS.
It also includes many documents, graphics, and pictures that tell the story.
A lot of prevention and education graphical materials, really clever and very engaging. Some are in kind of comic book format, some are a little edgy, and they were designed to be, again, really relevant and something that someone would actually want to look at and read. It doesn't look like it comes from public health.
AIDS prevention program reached out to specific audiences using language and images that would appeal to that particular group, be it street kids in the university district, people of different ethnic and racial minority communities. King County partnered with a group called POCAN, People of Color Against AIDS Network, to really reach out to those communities.
What we try to do is find the materials that tell the story and in a way that's coherent.
Government, at least on the local level, was involved early on, and government worked with the community groups. They did it. Chicken Soup, Shanty, Northwest AIDS Foundation, Bailey Boucher, all of those people did wonderful things. But in this case, in this time, in this place, a local government did do something.
To find out more, visit respondingtoaidsexhibit.org.
Are you a senior citizen over the age 61? You may be eligible for a break on your property taxes. It's part of the Senior Property Tax Exemption Program. If you're making less than $40,000 a year and you're the owner-occupant of your home, you could qualify. To find out more, visit the website at kingcounty.gov/assessor or give us a call at 206-296-3920.
King County is implementing the Best Starts for Kids initiative passed by voters. It's designed to help kids stay healthy and be successful. Here's a look at one of the new programs for school-age kids.
Remember going to the school nurse's office?
How long have you had a sore throat? Maybe a week.
It used to be a place to rest until your parents picked you up. But this school-based clinic offers much more.
There's a medical provider who can prescribe medications, make diagnoses, just like you'd expect from your doctor's office in the community.
Sound great. Okay.
But you'll see an exam room, you'll see a lab and a pharmacy. We can get somebody started on a prescription right away.
The whole idea is to get kids healthy and back to class ready to learn.
And to have this on-site, that makes all the difference. Because yes, to tell someone that doesn't know the language, or take the bus here and apply for a thing there, it doesn't happen.
There's also a behavioral health provider, provides mental health support, counseling, sometimes group therapy, and for referrals to other services that might be needed.
There are now school-based clinics in all of Seattle's public high schools, and the concept is expanding. Regional leaders came to tour the clinic today to talk with care providers and students. They'll be expanding the school-based clinic program to other parts of the county with the Best Starts for Kids levy.
Well, we know that healthy students learn better. We need to be with them through school to make sure that they are healthy and learning, to make sure that if problems arise, they can be dealt with early when it's easy to deal with a physical or behavioral health problem, a challenge in a kid's life, before it becomes a life-consuming crisis. That's the way we get kids from arriving at kindergarten ready to learn and succeed to graduating from high school ready to go out and take on the world.
Are you a bus rider? Well, you'll be glad to know that Metro Transit has a new long-range plan for the next 20 years. It's called Metro Connects.
Imagine King County in the year 2040. How will you get to work or the grocery store? while there's a good chance you'll be using a Metro Transit Rapid Ride bus. Metro launched a new long-range plan called Metro Connects. It calls for more than 20 new rapid ride lines, doubling ridership by 2040.
People really appreciate the fast, reliable service. They appreciate the real-time information associated with it. And they know it's a product that's going to be there.
Metro's long-range roadmap incorporates thousands of hours of input from the community and regional partners. The focus is on growth.
So we're expecting over 1 million more people coming to our region and 850,000 more jobs. And we can't do this alone. We really need our land use providers, our cities, and others to be working together. If you can't get to our buses, then the system won't work for you. We need to be working on bike and paths, walking paths, safe sidewalks so people can get there. And we need to be looking at park and rides and how we're building that together.
Metro will also move towards a cashless system and embrace new technologies and transportation models, including Uber and Lyft. It's all about getting you where you want to go.
When you want to connect from your home to your job or even to your daycare facility, you want to be able to have a seamless connection. This vision will allow us to build and plan for that.
To find out more, visit kcmetrovision.org.
King County Metro has always been forward-thinking when it comes to new technology and energy efficiency. But now, after 26 years on the job, some coaches that had been state-of-the-art are headed for retirement.
In the 1990s, Seattle's downtown transit tunnel provided a brand new right-of-way for Metro riders. And these were the dual-mode buses especially designed for the trip, the Breda articulated trolleys.
At one point, believe it or not, the Bredas were slick and shiny and sleek in our fleet, and cool and unique as they were introduced. They were the first dual-powered diesel-electric trolley bus to be operated in North America.
They would use diesel mode on the surface streets, then switch to electric to move cleanly through the tunnel.
What I remember about it is the innovation. Nobody had been able to make a bus system work that that was not fully electric in a tunnel in the world. And Metro was willing to take the risk and partner with the federal government to demonstrate what we could do.
But new technology often has its quirks.
You probably heard that people call these the Frankenbuses. There's a reason for that. When you have two power sources on a same bus, it turns out that it's more expensive to maintain. And when they're as heavy as these buses are, they do lots of damage to roads that lighter buses don't do. And so this bus is, in a sense, a classic of what I tell our county employees we need to do, which is to fail forward, to try things, to look at what works, fix it when it doesn't work, and find ways to be able to serve the public better. And that's exactly what Metro did.
After their time in the downtown tunnel came to an end, Metro found new life for 59 of them as electric trolleys. So they came out of the tunnel onto the surface, and they gave us another 12 years of fine service.
We took the diesel out of the bus, kept the electric in, were able to make these buses go further, and in a Carl Sagan way, serve billions and billions of riders.
Now Metro is phasing the Bredas out and its new fleet of electric trolleys in. Painted purple and gold, these new coaches will cut greenhouse gas emissions and provide a reliable, quiet ride.
People love the trolleys because they're quiet and, we're ahead of the curve. We're green before it was popular to be green.
So after 26 years on the job, the Bredas are retiring. This coach traveled its old Route 3 to Jefferson Park for the last time.
Bye-bye, Breda. It's served its time. We got a lot of years out of it, and it's getting a nice send-off.
If you drive on the east side, you no doubt have seen the iconic Wilburton train trestle in Bellevue. It's over 90 years old, but the old trestle will also be a big part of the future. In fact, you may soon even get a chance to ride your bike over it. It'll be part of the East Side Rail Corridor.
Thanks to a strong public-private partnership, we have $10 million in commitments to pay for the $13.2 million project that will transform the trestle into an elevated and I would say awe-inspiring trail. That includes $2 million that King County is bringing to the table and contributions from others from whom you will hear shortly. This century-old structure represents our proud industrial past, and it will soon be a stunning trail for commuters, for cyclists, for runners, for pedestrians. It will be a must-see destination for anyone visiting Bellevue, providing an unparalleled view of the Bellevue skyline.
We're here to do one thing, and that is to say that we are going to build the most spectacular, most exciting, most dynamic 1,000 place to ride a bike and walk in the whole state of Washington, which is the Wilburton Trestle. And we're going to get this job done. And I'm excited about that because Seattle has a Space Needle, but East King County is going to have the Wilburton Trestle. And I'm going to do everything I can to bring home $5 million from the state of Washington to make sure the Wilburton Trestle gets reopened.
With a projected 3,000 people crossing each day. That is more people than even the busiest sections of the extraordinarily popular and deeply valued Burt Gilman Trail. The iconic Wilburton Trestle will inevitably become the symbol for the world-class regional trail system we're building to better connect East and South King County.
To make the full corridor work, it's going to have require a very high level of collaboration between the public, private, nonprofit groups, and we're seeing that.
I'm creating a commission of leaders from the public and private sectors that will develop a funding strategy so that we can complete the 26-mile corridor stretching all the way from Renton to Woodinville with a spur into Redmond. And we will all gather back together here in 2020 as we gleefully open this entire corridor for our public and for those who come after us.
Thanks for joining us for King County at your service. Please visit us online anytime at kingcounty.gov/KCTV. See you next time.